Is Professor Messina, the renowned historian from LPS University, and I am here today to talk to you all about the U.S. involvement in World War I. Now, as you all may recall from my course on modern world history that you may have taken last year at LPS University, the United States was very isolationist, and they did not want to get involved in the conflict in World War I. So, initially, President Wilson was hesitant for us to join the Allied forces. However, there were a number of factors that led to eventual U.S. involvement in the war. Now, first of all, wait, hey Kendall, sorry, I forgot to ask you stuff.
You're on.
Alright, so, Kendall, you may recall from last year something that we talked about called the Lusitania. Do you remember the sinking of the Lusitania?
Why, yes, chiefly I do. That was tragic times. Right before the Stalin arm and everything. It's tragic times. Dang Germans.
Does that have to do with the... Yes, that is correct, Kendall. So, the Germans and the German U-boats were indeed responsible for the sinking of the Lusitania in 1915. If you don't remember, the Lusitania was a British passenger ship that had a number of American passengers on board. Now, after this, they made an agreement with the Germans to stop sinking our ships. However, they soon resumed what was called unrestricted submarine warfare. This was strike one in us getting involved in the war. Then you may recall a little thing called the Zimmerman telegram. Kendall, do you recall what the Zimmerman telegram is?
Those pesky Germans led that note to Mexico in order to get them on their side against America? Press pause.
Yes, Kendall, that's correct. That was indeed, and that was the thing that kind of pushed the United States over the edge and got them ready to join in World War I.
That razzles my berries.
So, yes indeed, that was a very berry-razzling event, Kendall. Absolutely. And it was right after that that President Wilson appeared and asked Congress for a resolution to go to war. After much debate, it was agreed and the United States was involved in the conflict. Now, depending on who you ask, Kendall, some historians might argue from an entirely different perspective. If you ask, say, a more liberal socialist historian, they might argue and say that because there was a lot of union unrest, labor unrest during this time, that one of the reasons the U.S. government decided to join World War I was to unify the country behind the war effort and squash the war. However, that's only one perspective, but that could be seen as an additional reason in support of the U.S. joining World War I. Do you have any questions, Kendall? Ms. Danu, do you have any questions?
No.